Hi there, and welcome to Her Garden Diary. My name is Lisa, and I garden in southern Saskatchewan, Canada, Zone 3B. If you're new here and have been watching my previous 3 videos, you will have noticed that I was doing it in voiceover fashion, in a garden diary fashion as well. However, as my luck would have it, my computer software program, or the video editing program that I was using, was not compatible with my computer for some reason. It was knocking out my driver, which would not let my internet connect. So after taking it to the computer fixers and spending a ridiculous amount of money and bringing it home and finding out that it did the exact same thing, I soon realized that it was the computer software program that I paid for, and so I can no longer use that one. However, I do have a wonderful friend here on YouTube who suggested that I use the Windows Movie Maker program. However, they don't have Windows Movie Maker anymore, but they do have a different one that I have discovered and I have started using. And so unfortunately, you won't have the voiceovers and music. You will have to see my beautiful face here. But I am planning on making longer videos as well as I learn how to use this program, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content that I put out. So the basis of this channel is basically going to be a video diary of me in my 2023 gardening season and forward. So you guys will get to follow me through my experiences of gardening for the summer and see how my garden progresses. I'm super excited. I love gardening. This is probably my 7th year of gardening. And every year I learn new techniques, new ways of gardening, and there are a lot of things that I do want to try out. So I want to bring you guys with me on that journey so you can see how it works out for me. I'm pretty set in the ways that I do garden right now. I like to practice square foot gardening. I also like to do as much organic gardening as I can. Again, I'm going to be learning on how to make fertilizers without any store-bought fertilizers, from using like weeds and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of that on YouTube and it's something that interests me. So it's basically going to be, you guys are following me on my trials and tribulations of gardening and to see if it works or it doesn't. I also like to grow my own herbs and medicinal plants. It's something that it's new this year for me. I've never done it before, aside from basil and your culinary herbs, but I've never actually grown any medicinal herbs. It's something that I'm actually really big into right now. I don't actually like to use pharmaceutical products. I don't like that there's lots of unknown chemicals in them. I want to know what I'm putting into my body, basically. And having a garden, you actually are in control of what you put into it and what it gives back to you and what you put into your body. So I think that's very important. And I'm kind of on the fence about pharmaceutical companies and all the money that they make on products that sometimes don't even work for us. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. It's just my opinion. But anyway, I'm really into natural growing and all of that sort of thing. An example is I did grow some peppermint. I managed to grow some peppermint and I use that in teas. And whenever I have a huge meal or I'm not feeling very good, like I have greasy food or something like that, and my stomach's kind of bloated and not feeling well, I just make myself a cup of peppermint tea and like within 20 minutes, I'm feeling way better. So I feel like that's a natural ingredient that helps you instead of going to your pharmacy and buying like Gas-X or Imodium or all of those things. So anyway, that's just how I garden. And again, medicinal herbs is something that I'm going to be getting more into. I will show you actually my flowers that I'm going to be planting in my garden. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is I have 2 projects. Now I'll first explain. I have 2 gardens. I have one here at my home and I also have another garden at another location. It's a bigger garden. I think it's 20 by 18, and I have gardened in that for, oh, I don't know, like the last 5 years. The first year wasn't a success. The second year was a total fail. The year after that was, then I got smart. Then I decided to use homemade compost, and that's when I got into composting, and I put that in the garden, and I had a really great garden. So this year I'm going to double up on my compost, and I'm really going to work on that garden a little more than the one here at home. The one here at home is a lot smaller. It's a very small space garden on the south side of my house. It's made up of 3 raised beds. No, that's a lie. I think we're up to 6 raised beds now. And they're all pretty well established and ready to go. It's really easy for me to plant in them. It takes me about a day to get everything done. Whereas at the garden, at the other location, it's a lot bigger. I need a lot more planning. I did have a fantastic crop of beets, carrots, beans, pumpkins, squash last year. However, this year I'm going to be focusing mostly on pollinating flowers, perennial pollinating flowers. So I'm going to be redesigning the garden, and I am going to bring you guys along with me on that journey. So that's something to look forward to on this channel as well. So I've mentioned before that I do a lot of square foot gardening. I also only plant what I eat. So I don't have a whole lot of seeds in my collection, although I have gone into some seed swaps, and I have a lot of seeds that I know I'm never going to grow. I don't grow things like broccoli. I don't grow brassicas. The only nightshade that I do is beets. That's a nightshade, right? So I do beets, carrots, beans, and I do tomatoes and peppers, because those are my absolute favorite things to plant. I also do, what else do I do? Oh yeah, pumpkins. I love pumpkins, specifically the sugar pie pumpkins, because they make great pumpkins, and I think I've mastered how to make pumpkins from scratch now. So that's something that I will always grow in my garden. So I don't do a lot of the things that you have to have like row covers and stuff for. We do have a lot of those cabbage butterflies in the spring and summer, early summer here, and we also have a lot of those little black beetles that annihilate your nasturtiums. What are they called again? Anyway, when I think of it, I'll put it on the screen. So I can't really grow nasturtiums here. It is a trap crop, I get it, but they don't even make it to about this high, and they're completely sticks. So those little beetles eat them all. So I don't grow those things, or brassicas, or anything that takes a lot of work. I just want to have an easy, free garden, and I know that the stuff that I plant, I don't have very much pest pressure at all. I might get a little bit of mildew on the leaves at the late end of summer for the pumpkins, but other than that, I've been pretty lucky with having no pests in the garden. At the other location, I do have a little bit of a problem with gophers, hence Saskatchewan, or squirrels. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but I cannot grow things like peas back there because they just eat them all, little buggers. So, and I have a lot of birds back there, which is great because they do eat the bugs and larvae off of the plants. And again, it's a pollinator area back there, so the more flowers, the better. Pollinates the things that I need for my vegetables. So I'm looking forward to the design of that. I also have a medicinal garden that I established last year but never planted anything in. So that is my other project for the other location garden. I think I have about 14 plants that I'm going to be planting in that medicinal garden. I'm really hoping that it will work out for me this year. Everything that I'm growing is from seed. I am not buying anything, because that was the experiment for the year, is to see what I could grow from seed and how well it establishes. I do understand that the first year it's going to be kind of sporadic looking and probably not as my vision is. But I know that the year after that, once everything establishes and comes back, it will fill out and look really great. The thing that I am really interested in is starting a kind of a cottage garden style. So when I reveal the project for that other location, I will get more into the plants that I'm going to be growing for that cottage style garden. It's kind of going to be a slash between cottage garden and vegetable garden. And I'm sure that in a couple of years, it'll just be a mishmash of overgrown beauty. And the pollinators will love it, and I won't care because it's over there and it's not over here. Over here, I like to have things a little more manicured and looking nice. Because I spend pretty much all my time in my garden. I am a homebody, I'm a hermit, I am not a sociable person, I don't go out and party. I would rather be home in my garden or in my house. Yeah, that's just how I am. But anyway, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that nowadays going out in public is just not fun. But that might just be me as well. Alright, so this was just a small introduction video to everyone out there who has subscribed to my channel. Hello, I'm glad that you are watching. I'm hoping to find more people wanting to come and subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you enjoy the content that I put out for the rest of the summer and going forward. I'm going to try to make it as appealing as possible, but again, I am just learning with these videos, and I hope it's not too terrible for you. Thank you for stopping by today, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.